Hello and welcome back to my channel, Kissed by Starlight. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm going to, there we go, straight away we've got cards. I was a different person then. How sweet the hum. So how are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. And whenever you are receiving this message, there is a lot of energy going on at the moment astrologically around us, and we've now officially entered Mercury retrograde as well, I believe, which is a time of reconsidering everything that's been happening for us, to us, around us at this time, reconnecting with ourselves, our innermost wisdom, to see what it is we're being asked to look at, what it is that's come for our attention, perhaps to represent an opportunity, or certainly an opportunity to look at everything that's been going on and how we'd like to respond and move forwards within that. And that will be different for everybody, so I hope you are feeling peaceful and navigating whatever it is you are experiencing with love for yourself, with grace, with compassion. And straight away, I've got a message of coming to the end of something, a situation, a hope, a project, a relationship, a friendship, a pattern within yourself, a conditioning, whatever it might be for you, and it will be different for everybody. So just apply this to your own situation. I see sort of something has reached completion, and there's a sense of finding your way back home, and that might be literally finding your way back home, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or it might even mean finding your way back home to yourself, which is a huge one, that and a necessary path, rite of passage, initiation. And I feel it's leading to a sense of the unknown. I think a certain amount of this journey is not necessarily clear up ahead, and perhaps that's causing some anxiety. Perhaps indeed you feel as if you're a long way from home at this time, or perhaps you've been a long way from home at this time. And I think there's this sense of having been trying to anchor yourself somewhere or to something or someone where there has been no ground to anchor. You know, maybe things haven't turned out as you'd hoped, maybe an expectation wasn't realised, perhaps a house move didn't go through, or a location didn't pan out to be what you were expecting. And I think this situation has shown you quite a lot of the depths and the highs of a situation, of yourself, of whatever it is you've been in. And I think there's been a degree of the fantastical, you know, the perhaps unrealistic, perhaps the exotic, you know, something that maybe you weren't expecting, something that doesn't quite fit in the space, you know, something, or maybe there was a question, and you know, literally I'm seeing like an elephant in the room, you know, something that maybe wasn't being acknowledged, accepted, handled in a necessary way, or even being addressed perhaps. And I think there was an aspect of you that was hoping this, you wanted to love this, you wanted this to be solid, stable, everlasting, and yet still there's this, either there's like a searching for more, or there's another possibility, or there's an aspect of you that is looking somewhere else now, because this hasn't been anchored, and I feel like you're finding your way back to something. And that something could be finding your way back to yourself, finding your way back to a better situation, more solid ground, more balance, more groundedness. Again, you know, or even finding a new home physically. Again, it's going to be different for everybody, and this is an aspect that you're exploring, and it's kind of asking you, the energy is asking you to soothe yourself, to respond to what's coming up and how this is making you feel in a balanced way, in a calm way, in a compassionate way, and really not to lose sight. I feel this one wants to come. Not to lose, oh, they both want to come. Not to lose sight of hope, and not to minimize the experience, you know, in whatever way that may be, you know, whether it's that you're maybe not acknowledging your needs or what is required in this situation, or perhaps you're not acknowledging the journey is one that's calling you to actually embrace change and to allow yourself to really come into yourself, to be transformed, to be forever changed, to come into who you were born to be, who you came to be. And if this is around a situation, to allow the situation to transform into what it needs to be. And I'm also seeing a card that is showing me that for whatever reason, there is an aspect of the situation that's needing to be brought, for you to understand that there's a necessary requirement for you to be able to be authentic and true in this situation, to maybe just to be able to have what it is you want and need, to be able to express those needs, to be able to have joy in the situation, to be able to have love. And perhaps this situation has shown you an aspect of yourself that you remember from a long time ago, or perhaps it's showing you an aspect of the past that has come up for you to look at and for you to shed even. Perhaps there's something you haven't wanted to let go of, whether that's an aspect of you or a relationship with yourself or somebody else, an aspect where you are kind of walking towards the unknown in a way that isn't perhaps serving you, or in a way that you're being asked to shed something. It might be patterns, beliefs, unrealistic expectations. Perhaps you're not looking at this situation as it's presenting to you, and you've been seeing something else, and that hasn't been actualized. So perhaps that idea of what you were imagining this would be or could be perhaps was a high hope, a high dream, or even a pipe dream, something that hasn't quite been rooted in reality or in realistic expectations. And perhaps this situation is now calling on you to acknowledge what is actually playing out, what has actually played out, to shed whatever is unrealistic or isn't serving, to calm yourself, calm the fears and the anxiety that's perhaps coming up, to trust in spirit, in your angels, your guides, your helpers, to lead you to safety, to be led to safety, that you can overcome this, sadness, this difficulty, this journey that has brought you perhaps situations, feelings, or realizations that haven't brought you joy, or have brought you sadness, or haven't led you to where you were hoping to be. And yet I see something important for you here. I see this balance, this really coming back to yourself, this really acknowledging what it is you want, what you need, and where you are needing to wake up from the not looking at a situation for what it is, you know, for walking through a situation with your eyes closed, to what it actually is, and maybe just so wanting it to be something else, or so wanting it to fulfill a fantasy, a dream, that maybe wasn't playing out in the actual. And yet again, the other side, the upside of this, is that in coming back to what your dreams actually are, to understanding your dreams and acknowledging what your dreams are, what your hopes are, what your visions are for yourself, for the future, for this the new that wants to come forward, perhaps the new you, perhaps the new situation, home, relationship, whatever it is. There's this real sense of knowing you can have your dreams, even if not here in this circumstance. You can have your dreams when you are allowing a situation to present as it actually is, to unfold as it naturally wants to unfold, to accept any areas of completion or endings, and walk forwards in hope, in love, in the strongest light, knowing that you can have faith in this situation, that you're going to be led to a better situation, to the light, towards the new, and towards new people, places, situations and circumstances that are going to be more beneficial for you and lead you to safety. So maybe this is a situation you didn't really truly feel safe in, and again, it's needing you to understand and acknowledge that there is safety for you. Have gratitude for what this has shown you. Allow this to bring surprises and the new into whatever it is you're going through, just simply by acknowledging gratitude for what this has shown you, for whatever lesson, whatever teaching has presented here from this person, this place, this location, this job. And to really, as you express that gratitude and thanks, and you move forwards in that, you are able to then attract and bring in something new. And here again, this card fell out. So again, wherever you've been in denial or perhaps not wanting to see something, now presents an opportunity for you to rethink. Perhaps during this retrograde period, you will be able to rethink the situation, to acknowledge and accept anything that you perhaps haven't, and to move forwards with an open mind, with your hands open to receive what would like to come to you now, whatever is in the future that wants to present to you and can present to you, as soon as you acknowledge what it is you need, what it is you want, and call it in. Actually, call it in. Call to your angels, call to your guides, claim that is for you, the situations, the circumstances that will lead you to peace, that will enable you to live in a higher expression, a higher vibration, and bring you joy. Let go of whatever wants to leave, and find that which you've been seeking in something else within yourself. So in other words, be the things that you've been looking for. Call out for your needs. If your needs haven't been heard and they haven't been appreciated or expressed or reciprocated, now is the time to find what you need within you. And I know it sounds like a cliche, and I know it's difficult when we're in these situations. Believe me, I've been in those situations before in my life too. We all have, and we always are asked to look for something, to look deeper, to look at what is being mirrored to us, to look at what's being shown to us, because an aspect of these situations that arrive is for us to look at that and say, where am I doing this? Where am I being this? If someone's not acknowledging your needs, where am I, ask yourself, where am I not acknowledging my needs? Where am I not looking at the situation where someone doesn't want to see you or hear you? Where are you not doing that to yourself or for yourself, which is stopping you from moving forwards? And now then flip that around and say, how can I do that for myself? How can I acknowledge my needs and allow myself my needs, allow myself to walk into the life I truly desire? And we've got the open door. We've got the open door. So no longer be in denial. Look forwards and look within, and look out after you've looked within. So in other words, do that inner work. Acknowledge, perhaps write a journal, perhaps write a wish list. Be very clear, be very honest with yourself. What is it you're looking for? Is this serving that? Is this bringing your needs to you? Is this meeting your needs and fulfilling your needs? Is this what you really want even? Is it bringing what needs to be brought? Is it bringing, a harmonious relationship with yourself, with others, with that thing? What is actually going on here? And once you've done that with humility, with humbleness, with truth, with absolute honesty to yourself, then you can really start to make the changes. You can really start to walk forwards and open up to what is wanting to come to you now. And I feel that this is a rite of passage. This really is an opportunity. If you haven't done this before, and if this is something that's repeated, it could be a pattern that's repeating something within you, or something you've been playing out, and maybe you've played it out before, maybe you've seen this before happen. Now is your chance really to rise from whatever this difficulty has been, and whatever these challenges have been. Embrace the unknown, walk fearlessly forwards in your truth, in your love, within this situation that is causing you the greatest transformation, from caterpillar to chrysalis to butterfly. We're seeing those levels of change, and those levels of change, there are more butterflies here, those levels of change are for you ultimately. Even if they feel like they're against you, they're actually serving you to bring you more love, more peace, more balance, more joy, and more of what it is that you so want, so need, so deserve, so have been looking for. And maybe you've been looking for it everywhere except within yourself, and now you can allow yourself to embrace that and to receive that and claim it. This is your opportunity. And the lotus flower, again, is a symbol which comes up a lot. It's about rising out of the darkness, opening more, softening more, being in that energy, that yin, that feminine energy of receiving, of again having your hands open to receive, of holding out your cup and believing it will be filled for you, believing that you can have everything that it is you want. But it is time to get very clear now. Be very honest, accept what's completing, and allow the new to come in. Have faith, allow your faith to conquer any fear you have. Give appreciation and thanks. Be with those that love you. Express that love, be in that joy. Look at the gratitude of what you can be grateful for right now, today, as things stand exactly as they are. Not as you would like them to be necessarily, but as they actually are, and walk forwards in that. This situation has the potential to bring you, to lead you to everything it is that you are wanting, you're looking for, you're hoping for, you're dreaming of. It's all possible through this open door, this opportunity that's being presented. It may not look like a gift now, but actually it's a door for you to walk through, to choose to walk through or not. The choice is yours. But if you do walk through it, just look what's out the other side. Look at the peace, look at the joy, look at the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Be optimistic, be in faith, be allowing and open to receiving, and make sure that you are able to give yourself exactly what you're looking for. And then you will be able to give it to another. You'll be able to express and experience it within whatever situations come forwards. So beautiful ones, thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next reading.